I'm going to try and do today, and then Vicky here is going to be my guinea pig because she loves me. Okay, what I'm going to try and show you how to do is, and we're going to see if it works. This is a bit of an experiment for us. Is I'm going to put some tips on Vicky, and I'm going to use a system called Acrygel. Now, what that means is you use some. You can either use soak off gel or you can use the file off gel. I'm going to use the soak off gel today from Jamboree, their True Shine system. See this one here, okay? Because I love their products. And basically, any very fine acrylic powder that you can get from Harriet Norris Salon Supplies or anywhere like that here in Australia. You know, just a very fine grade powder one. You don't want a really thick one. So basically what I've done here already is I've already prepped the nails by filing them back and using an alcohol wipe to clean them. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm actually going to size up the, if I can get the container to open. So it shows you how long it's been since I've used any. This doesn't want to open. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and size up one of the nails for Vicky. Vicky hasn't had her nails done in quite a while, so she's a bit like me. I'm actually trying to grow mine out, and I did mine the other day using this system but without any tips, but we're actually going to see if this will work putting nail tips on. Okay, and that one's actually not a bad fit. So basically, you know, you need all of your normal supplies for doing tips. You need your glue, you need your True Shine gel system, which is your base coat and your top coat. You need a curing lamp to cure it. You also need your acrylic powder, scissors or nail clippers to trim the length down of them before you file them down, and obviously some kind of dehydrator for the nail to dry the nail bed out. It'll just help things bond a whole lot quicker. Okay, alright, so I'll get this nail on and then I'll come back to you, okay? And I'll show you how to do the rest.
Go.
Okay, so as you can see, I've put the tips on one hand and I've cut them down and I've shaped them, and I'm using natural tips because we're going to cover them anyway. Okay, what I'm doing right now is just using some dehydrate on the nails. Now, as you can see, because Vicky's nails are so short, I've had to put the tips quite a way down, but that's okay. Okay, so we're just going to wait for that to dry a little minute, and then we're going to go back and grab our alcohol wipe and get rid of any dust from the filing that's in there. Okay, now don't mind my messy, unorganised workstation, okay? Alright, so what we're using here is we're going to use the True Shine base coat to start off with. Okay, now because the Jamboree curing lamp, as you can see, is only a small one, we're going to do 4 fingers at a time, and then we'll come back and do the thumb. Okay, now what you need to take into account, and you really need to remember whenever you're using gel, very, very thin coats, okay, and massage it in, okay, rub it in a little bit, okay. And you have to remember to always seal it.
It's good, huh?
Now just remember, I am working with a very short finger here. Now, that's the first layer of the True Shine base coat. Now, always remember an orange stick, because if you get the gel on the skin, it will stick there. Bit of fluff on there. Okay, so always make sure you go around the edges with your green stick. Now, this is not the only way you can do this with the powder. Okay, Vicky, what I want you to do is just put your finger
Don't put my finger in there.
And scoop it up. Okay, now we're just going to shake it off. I don't know if you girls can see that, but it gives a very, very fine
Dusting.
layer. Okay, now what I'm going to do is do one finger just to show you guys, and then I'll go ahead and do the rest. Then you're going to cure it Now the Jamboree Light's really good. It actually has a self-timer on it, so I don't have to worry about how long it takes. If you're using one of the larger lamps, there are two different types of lamps. You can get LED ones, which is what this one is. They cure a little bit quicker. If you get the ones that have the globes in them, you actually need to do this for whatever time your lamp says to start off with. You need to do it for a minute and then come back and do it again for the second coat, okay? With the Jamboree one, I think this goes for, I don't know, 30 seconds or 45 seconds or something like that. So, you know, this is pretty simple. Now, what I do like about this method, now I'm going to give that a second coat because that will give it a little bit more strength, okay? Now, why I've decided to try doing it with the Acrygel system is it's a little bit softer and a little bit more natural for the natural nail, okay, than just going with the whole acrylic, which, by the way, I do know how to do. I'm actually a nail tech. But basically, using the gel with the acrylic and the fact that you're using so little acrylic, even though it will give you that a little bit more flexibility and a little bit more strength for your natural nail, it will actually allow the nail to breathe a little bit better, and it's a little less damaging basically to the natural nail plate, okay? And while we all like to have nice nails, we do want to, well, try and get it so that, you know, it is as natural as we can. So once again, now of course using the powder, you can actually get like a scooper and scoop it out, which a lot of people will do, particularly if you're working in a salon and you're doing this all the time. You probably want to be a little bit more hygienic about it, so that would be why you would do that. Okay, now we're just going to go under and cure that again, okay, for the second time. Cool.
Sorry.
Now normally what I would do following this step is I would normally do the top coat of the True Shine gel to give it just that nice, the True Shine top coat, just to give it that nice shine that we all like. But because I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm actually going to use some of our Jamboree wraps and put on top of them, and also some of our Jamboree lacquer, I'm actually going to leave that step until after I've done all of that. So basically this is how you do it. Now there's very little filing with this way of doing it, okay? You can actually go over it and just take out any lumps and bumps that are in there. Unlike when you do it with normal acrylic or with just acrylic, there's an awful lot of filing to be done, okay? Because there's not a lot of acrylic on here and it's a more natural way of doing it. Okay, and because I will need to take the shine off the top so that I can put the wraps on and the lacquer anyway, so I will come back and do the shine a bit later, so that will look all nicely and presented and well done. So there you go, that's one finger done with a tip extension, and that is using the Acrygel system, using, like I said, the Jamboree True Shine system with the Jamboree curing lamp and just a very fine grade acrylic powder. I've used the blush one there. You can use just a straight white one if you want to. Entirely up to you and what your preference is. As are most things with nails, unfortunately. So I hope you girls have enjoyed that, but that's how you do the Acrygel system with tips. Here you go, have a good day.